going to survive, we need a new kind of soldier. One who doesn't think the way we think. Fear the things we fear. One the enemy would never expect.
What originally drew you to taking on such a huge opportunity like this, and what themes really spoke to you when you're trying to create your adapted approach?
Was this idea of a young character struggling with their capacity for great compassion and kindness and their equal but opposite capacity for violence and aggression. So to have a complex character-driven story set in a spectacular big visual world, it's kind of like a filmmaker's dream.
He's not ready. You're never ready. Go when you're ready enough.
I remember when we got a call from Harrison's agent saying he was interested in the film, not saying he would do the film. So, okay, he's interested in the film. What does that mean? He'd like to meet you. Okay, great. Well, then you realize that as a director, you're not auditioning him, he's auditioning you, right?
Step through that gate, and you're in a zero-G environment.
So I go along and I meet him, and he's a wonderfully calm, focused individual. And his questions were really about the themes and ideas in the film. And he said to me, at the end of that, I'd really like to do this. I'm going to keep my distance from the kids a little, but I will support you in every way. And that's exactly what happened.
You'll be the finest commander we've ever trained.
So I'm not the first?
No, but you will be the last.
At the beginning, when Asa steps onto the set and meets the iconic Harrison Ford, there's a natural intimidation factor, which frankly is perfect for the movie, because that's how the character feels with Colonel Graff. And gradually through the movie, as Asa gets to know Harrison better, he's more up to challenging him. I rehearsed with the kids a lot. We put them through the space camp, and they train in the morning on physical work. And then in the afternoons, I would rehearse with them long before we had the adult actors on board. I wanted to make sure, I used to say to them, you have to show up absolutely word perfect. I don't want to be working on what the line is, I want to be working on the emotion underneath the lines. And I want you to be totally prepared when you step in front of Harrison Ford and you suddenly feel intimidated, that those lines are your safety net.
If you succeed, you will be remembered as a hero.
I know that you were drafted at 17 in the military, and obviously there's some pretty big comparisons to the character of Ender, how he was drafted so young, and he's trying to deal with different issues of leaning towards aggression or compassion or physicality compared to creativity. You ended up leaning towards creativity and film the art. I really want to know how you ended up, going that direction.
Having spent time in the military and having lost a friend in the war and become very angry and confused and angry at myself for my naivete, I asked a lot of questions of myself during my 20s. And I'd worked as an actor from the time I was very young. My parents were actors when I was young, and the theater had always been a very special place for me because it's a place where themes and ideas and characters and the way we develop as human beings is really discussed. That's what it's about. That's what storytelling is about. It's witnessing characters make mistakes, and so I think I just was drawn to storytelling as a kind of therapy, I suppose.